welcome to my channel, or welcome back. For today's video, I am doing a Halloween makeup. Ooh, surprise! So for today's look, I wanted to create something fun, something far from the sexy glam that you used to see on my channel, and I got a lot of inspiration because it's my first Halloween look actually on YouTube, and I don't know why I have the feeling I need to speak like that. That's the first Halloween tutorial I do on my channel, and for today's video I got a lot of inspiration from a girl who's very talented. Follow her on Instagram and her name is Ellie35X, so I will put her link down below. This is the look she created and that inspired me for today's video. She's super talented, check her out, she's amazing. For today's video, I thought it would be nice to create something while you don't necessarily have a costume or you don't want to purchase one. It doesn't make a lot of sense for some people to just like, you know, it's one night in a year and then what do you do with a costume, right? So, well, I ended up having that cap and I think it works pretty great with that look. So what I did is just I used a bunch of my palettes and makeup that I've been used for a long time, like my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation that is full coverage, and I forgot how full coverage it is. Like, I have a little bit the feeling to wear a mask right now, but well, that's kind of the case. I used a little bit of my Halloween makeup that I used last year, and you know what, for sure you will have some leftovers from last year, and that's the Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild. You'll see the rest on the video. During the video I will show you guys. I had a lot of fun creating that. I hope it will be fun for you to watch it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, well, please do. If you want to see how I created that look, please keep on watching, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, let me know what you think, and in case you reproduce that look, well, please tag me, it would be great. I would love to see what you come up with. If you have some Halloween makeup left from last year and a bunch of makeup you want to use and play with and have fun with, well, let's get started, shall we? And yeah, let's get started. Stop talking. Just shut your mouth because it works better when you shut your mouth. Alright, so first of all I took care of my eyebrows and I used a bar soap to make them as flat as possible to kind of cancel the texture. And then you want to use a full coverage foundation, and for this time I used the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and this is a full coverage. I forgot how full coverage it was. I just use it and I apply it all over my face. If it's a little bit too light, it's not a problem. It's not the main focus. If you want to use a light foundation, no worries. You can use whatever you have at home that is full coverage. And I just place it all over my face, all over my eyebrows, and yes, it does look weird, but that's part of the process. Then I'm using some of my Tarte Shape Tape in one of the lightest color that I have, and this is Light Sand, but use whatever you have. Once again, a light concealer that is full coverage, and do your best to cover your full eyebrows. Then I am using my MAC Black Track Fluid Line, and I'm slowly drawing out a crazy eyebrow. So for this you can have a little bit of fun and be creative. You can even raise the eyebrow even higher if you want to. You can use any black paint pot you have at home, but this one was great. It was super pigmented and it dried super quickly. Then I am taking my Kat Von D Shades and Light contour palette, and I am slowly contouring my face and getting in the darker shades. And here you see that I'm dragging that contour like almost to my nostrils to give it that very like roundy cheek. I also put a little bit of dark under my eyes to give it more like a very scary, mad
almost dead puppet. But then I actually went over it because I thought it was too much. It didn't go well with the look, but since it's part of the process, I wanted to show it. Then you want to have a very straight nose, so try to do as the best you can, especially if you have a little crooked nose, you know, or but then it takes a while. Then I'm using the banana color of the palette and just highlight the center of the nose, my forehead, and the cheeks where I want it to be a little bit more round. So right now it almost looks like a mad witch. And then I go a little bit over on the nose just so it doesn't look as harsh. And then you want to have kind of a dark, like square nose at the bottom, so it gives like a very defined line, but we'll get to that after. Then I went in my crease, also with a dark color, and be careful when you apply the soap, because in my case it dried a little bit under my eyebrows, and so it was gripping a little bit the shadow. It doesn't really matter. If it's a little bit messy, that's fine too, because, well, you're not supposed to be perfect. Then I'm taking that Kiko white eyeliner and I am drawing out like the shape under my eyes. You know, it will literally be, well, the white of my eyes, going a little bit more down, putting it in my waterline as well. And then I am taking my Wet n Wild Fantasy Maker white paint pot that I had since last year, and I kept it, and I'm glad I kept it. So that's why if you have makeup from last year, from your Halloween parties, like, use it again, you know, don't spend your money. And yeah, this one works great, very creamy, very white. And I apply it as well on my mobile eyelid. Then I'm taking my Sephora Pro Warm Palette. Any warm palette with brown shades, black shades will do, but this is the one I had on my table. I use the brown and deepen my crease, and then I use the black shadow, and with a pencil brush just do a very defined crease to make the white eyelid pop a little bit more. And that black is very pigmented. And then with a fluffier brush, a blending brush, I am dragging that black towards the middle of my lid to give the eye look more dimension. I was a little bit all over the place, and I should have done the black shadow before the white cream under my eyes, but I didn't have too much fallout, which is quite impressive for a black shadow that is so pigmented. But yeah, ideally you will do the black shadow first and the white cream base after. Then with the pencil brush again, I am taking that black right under the white cream base, and so that will basically mimic my waterline. Then with the Sephora Pro Editorial, I'm just taking the white from that palette and set the white cream base and actually brighten a little bit more. That white is very pigmented, and I also set under my eyes. Boom. Okay, then onto the Fenty Beauty palette, the Galaxy palette. I wanted to use some glitter. I first grab my NYX glitter glue, apply some wherever I want to put those eyeshadows, those glittery eyeshadows. I am using the Fenty brush. Once again, any glitter you have, use it. This is the palette I wanted to use. And I am using the shade Ozone, which is a beautiful silvery white glitter. Very, very pretty. And then I wanted to use something slightly purple on the black, and I used the color Ultra Violet. Then I'm taking my Kat Von D tattoo liner and I am drawing my wing line, but it actually didn't work great on top of the cream base. So I actually went back to my MAC fluid line in the shade Black Track. Then I'm putting a little bit of brown shade under the black, give it some more dimension. And once again, I found it a little bit too intense, maybe too deep, so I will go back on top with something a little bit more white after. And honestly, you do whatever you want for the eyes, like basically from the moment you have that white shape, yeah. Then with the tattoo liner, again, I am drawing some lashes. So some inspiration from clowns, well, and also the photo I had for reference. And then I'm taking my Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers paint pot in white, and with my beauty blender I'm just making my cheeks pop a little bit more and give it that very roundy effect. A little bit on the mustache, the chin, the center of my nose, kind of erase a little bit the square of the bottom, but we'll fix that later. And then I took a ColourPop brown liner and I started to draw my lips. And for this, first I followed my lip shape, my natural shape, and then I slowly drag it into like a creepy smile. So take your time for that, smile a little bit to know where you should stop. And this is fun, it's a fun part because this is when you really see the look coming together. Then I deepen the inner part of my bottom lips to give it that very, morbid look. And I am slowly figuring out where to draw the bottom lips. Well, yeah, because this Nutcracker lady has a big mouth and it's going to go very low. So once again, take your time. This is a very, very delicate part. Then I'm taking a red ColourPop lippy pencil and gently, slowly fill it. And it gives me more an idea of the mouth shape. Those lippy pencil are so pigmented, it's amazing. So affordable and yeah, super creamy. Then I am taking a little macaron lippy from NYX. Once again, something I bought last year. And I am starting to draw my big teeth. So it is nice to draw, but it's not the most pigmented. So I'm gonna go back with my Wet n Wild Fantasy Maker afterwards. I'm taking the NYX white liner, and it was really nice and precise to draw the bottom teeth on my chin, but once again not the most pigmented, so I will go back with the Wet n Wild paint pot. So the teeth don't have to be perfect. You could have done thinner, straighter teeth, whatever you want. You can do very pointed teeth too. It would have been really creepy. Oh yeah, take your time, be precise. And then I am taking back my Black Track fluid line and slowly contour the teeth and the inside of the mouth. Then I'm taking my Daisy and Kitty collab with Dose of Color liquid lipstick in the shade Savage, and slowly give my lips a little bit of life. And so I just focus on the exterior corner of the lips with it. And then I am taking Hot Fire from the same collection. This color is Hot Fire. It's so bright, so vivid. Really like it, and it dries super fast. I was so worried they will stain my chin, but whatever. Did it anyway. Jumping back onto the eyes, I told you I'm all over the place. I am tightlining my lash line with a Charlotte Tilbury eye pencil because it's very black, very creamy. But any very creamy pencil you have, just use. And then putting a little bit more of that white in my waterline, so it makes your eyes really big. Just putting a little bit of mascara. By the way, that Essence mascara is amazing. Then I found that the white was a little bit shiny, so I just use a Clinique loose powder just to set it. And oh my, I was really started to get excited because yeah, the mouth is looking crazy.
Oh, hello, darling.
Oh, hello!
Come and see me.
Huh?
Come and see me.
Ah! Oh my god! What have you done with my voice?
It was too cute not to keep. Then okay, back to the tutorial. So I used a little bit of the Essence blush up and just do something a little bit intense. I didn't want to do the very precise circle. I wanted something a little bit more diffuse, you know. And then I'm taking a little bit of the Kat Von D contour palette banana powder, this is how I call it, and just make it even more white under my cheeks. Just to make the round cheek actually really popping.
The evil nutcracker.
The husband's nutcracker.
That's so funny. C'est pas mal.
I'm gonna be stained for sure tonight at the concert. This is gonna be red. Oh, what you don't do for YouTube. Oh, I guess it's nice you came home early so that way you see my work. Because you would have come and it would have been like...
It's certainly impressive.
Tu veux faire un petit bisou?
No.
Oh, a little kiss.
Where?
My teeth.
It did not. Back to the contour palette. So I am just dipping it around the mouth, so it gives that very deep, fruity appearance. And I'll also intensify the cheekbones, the cheek structure. And then onto the lashes. Really put lashes, but yeah, for the occasion. Why not? Then fill the line with a little bit of tattoo liner. Cover the glue. I used like a black duo lash glue, which I am using again to place that little diamond sticker I bought at the Dollarama store last year, and also to put individual lashes on my fake lower lash line. And I found that it really helps with that trompe-l'œil effect. It gives a lot of dimension, and yeah, like it. Then I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape again, and I'm just highlighting under my brow bone. And then I decided to take a little bit of a brown eyeshadow to just give that little mad look, you know, those lion wrinkles. And yeah, I think it gives a lot of like character to my little guy. And then I am using Double Gleam from MAC to highlight my cheekbones, the nose. I put a little bit on the lips, but I actually preferred it more red and more matte, so I will go over it again. But yeah, really like that highlighter. It's very nice and it can get really, really intense. I use it also, yes, in the inner part of the cheeks to make them pop. And then I use a little bit of Fix Plus just for the inner corners and under my brow bone again. So I fixed my lips, I put a little bit more of Hot Fire and kept it matte, and then I want to intensify my eyelid with a little bit of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glittery Eyeliner in the shade AC/DC. Put on my cap, and yeah, there you have it.
So like, look at that, like that. That's it. That completes that look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I for sure had a lot of fun, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to remove all that makeup. I don't want to. I've been working on this for what, 3 hours? And now I have to take it off. That's sad. That's really sad. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna take lots of photos and do as many FaceTimes I can. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.